students, welcome to Rec TV. This is Kalyan and I am the faculty of Mathematics and Physics. So in this class, we are going to prove one more application based on Thales theorem and its converse.
Please subscribe and don't forget to click the bell icon for the more updates.
Let us see what the problem is. See here, the side BC of triangle is bisected at D. O is any point on AD. BO and CO produced meet AB and AC in E and F. AD produced to X so that D is a midpoint of OX. Prove that AO is to AX is equal to AF is to AB. This is one result, and another result you need to show here is FE parallel to BC. Now this problem is looking very lengthy, but how to solve it? So make it into small segments and try to observe the data in the diagram. So first of all, we need to see that the side BC of triangle ABC is bisected at D. Right. First consider this. BC is bisected at D. Means this D is bisecting BC. Means this D remains midpoint of BC. First thing is that. Okay. Let me give him that D is midpoint of BC. This is what? From the given information. This is given. Next, read the problem. O is any point on AD. If this is AD, O is some point on that, not particular one, any point. Next. BO and CO produced meet AB and AC in E and F. Just see, BO is this line which is produced to E, where E is a point on AC, and CO is produced to F, where F is a point on AB. This is what given. Next, AD is produced to X so that D is midpoint of OX. Now see this red color line. This AD is up to here. This AD is produced to what? X. In such a way that D is a midpoint of what? OX. D is a midpoint of OX. For this OX, D remains midpoint again. So let us represent that here. So this D is midpoint of this OX. Let us write it here. This D is midpoint of OX. This is also given. Okay, we have given this data that D is a midpoint of BC as well as OX as per the given data. That is what we can say here. BC and OX are bisectors of each other or not? Yes. BC and OX are bisectors of each other at which point? At D or not? Exactly, at D. This is what the given information. Now let us consider one quadrilateral. Which is that quadrilateral? BXCO. In this BXCO, this OX and BC are considered as diagonals or not? See, OX and BC are the diagonals of OBXC or not? Sorry, OBXCO or not? Or OBXC. Okay, so these are the diagonals of that. So, in quadrilateral, OBXC. So this is OBXC. Okay, this OX and BC are diagonals. OX and BC are diagonals. Now tell me, now we considered, not we considered, here it is there. Okay, now OX and BC are diagonals of quadrilateral OBXC. Okay, then already we got that OX and BC are bisectors of each other at point D. Now coming to the properties of the quadrilaterals. In a quadrilateral, okay, in a quadrilateral, if two diagonals are bisectors of each other, then it should be a parallelogram or not? From the properties of parallelogram. Okay, so here, therefore, from these conditions, from the above conditions, we can say that, okay, OBXC is a parallelogram. It's a parallelogram because we said diagonals are bisectors of each other. It is as per the given condition. Okay, now when it is a parallelogram, follow the properties of parallelogram. What are the major properties of parallelogram? Opposite sides must be parallel. Opposite sides must be parallel. What are opposite sides here? For BX, opposite side would be OC. So let us write it down. BX must be parallel to OC. And what is another pair of parallel sides? XC or CX must be parallel to what? OB. So CX must be parallel to OB. Right. BX parallel to OC and CX parallel to OB. Now let us extend it further. See, BX is parallel to CO, then BX is parallel to the CF also or not? Because when this is parallel to this entire line is also parallel to this. So BX can be parallel, also parallel to BX can be also parallel to what? CF. And similarly, here CX is parallel to BO, so therefore CX is also parallel to BE or not? X. So CX is also parallel to, okay, BE. Okay, CX is also parallel to what? BE. Got it? Now, let us go with another part of this proof. Okay, we got that this line is parallel to this line is parallel to this, and these two lines are parallel. Now, let us do further. Now, consider the two triangles which are on the both sides of AD. Okay, this AD is dividing this entire figure into two bigger triangles. What are those triangles? ABX is one of triangle, and another triangle would be ACX. Okay, let us consider the first triangle. In triangle, okay, ABX, this triangle. If you are confusing here, let me draw this separately. Let this be A, and let this B, and let this be X. Now you can consider OF line over on this or not? OF. This is OF. Okay. So now OF is lying on this. Okay, we consider this in this triangle. Okay. Now just see. As we said that from previous part, in triangle we said that BX is parallel to CF. See here, this BX is parallel to CF. This line is parallel to this total line. When this line is parallel to this total line, then this line is also parallel to one part of that, that is OF. So therefore, here BX is parallel to OF because, since BX is parallel to bigger segment, parallel to CF. Okay, now just see, from this what can we say? This line is parallel to this line. So here these two lines are parallel. Now, so what is the clarity in this diagram we got? Here one line drawn parallel to one of the side of the triangle which is intersecting AB and AX at F and O. So can we apply the rule of basic proportionality theorem or not? Yes, we can apply the Thales theorem. So what it is? Corollary of, we are not applying directly basic proportionality theorem. Its corollary we are going to apply. What is its corollary? AF by AB AF by AB, AF by AB equal to AO by AX, equal to AO by AX. Okay, let this be condition 1. And of course, we obtained the first result, you can observe. Okay, this be condition 1, which is our first answer. Okay, this is our first answer or not? Just see, AO by OX, that means AO is to AX is equal to AF is to AB. See this? AF by AB equal to AO is to AX. So we obtained our first answer. First answer is okay. Now let us move on to second one. We need to show that FE is parallel to BC. Let us move on. Okay, now consider this second triangle. What is that second triangle over there? Just see. Okay, on the other side of AD, the triangle would be ACX. Okay, in triangle ACX. In triangle ACX. Okay, if you confuse there, let me draw that diagram also separately. See this. This is A, this is X, this is C. Means A, this C, this X. Okay. Now consider OE. This is O and E. So on AX one point is O and AC one point is E. Now this is OE. Now coming to this condition. Here we said that CX is parallel to B. CX is parallel to B. What is CX here? This is CX, which is parallel to what? This entire bigger portion. This line is parallel to this line. When this entire line is parallel to this line, this CX is also parallel to a part of B or not, which is OE. So therefore, okay, CX is also parallel to OE. Since, because we said that CX is parallel to bigger line B. CX is parallel to B as we obtained previously. Okay, now, so just tell me, CX is parallel to B, we got no. So here CX this is and this is B. Okay, CX and OE. This is CX and this is OE. So these two also we got parallel. Again, can we apply the basic proportionality theorem or not? Because here OE is line drawn parallel to one of the side, which is CX, and intersecting AC and AX. So it will divide the two sides proportionately in equal proportion. So therefore we can write that. What can we write here? AO by AX. We are applying corollary of Thayer's theorem. What is that corollary? AO by AX. AO by AX equal to AE by AC. AE by AC. Right? Okay. Let this be condition 2. If you combine these two conditions, what do you obtain? What do you get? In condition 1, we got that AF by AB equal to AO by AX. Again, AO by AX equal to AE by AC. So therefore, here AO by AX is commonly equal to two different factors. So therefore, these two are again is equal or not. So from 1 and 2, from 1 and 2, what can we say? Here AF by AB equal to AE by AC. AE by AC. This you got or not? Exactly. Now you consider yellow color triangle in that. What is that yellow color triangle? Just see here. Specify. ABC is a yellow color triangle. Let me draw this here. Let this be A and this is B and this is C. Okay. Now F is a point on AB. This is F. Okay. And E is a point on AC. E is a point on AC. This line is joined together. Now, what did you observe? AF by FB. See here. AF by FB is equal to AE by EC. AE by EC. That means what it is doing? Exactly. This FE line is dividing AB and AC in equal ratios. In the equal ratio or proportionately. So AF by FB equal to AE by EC. That means one line is dividing the two sides of a triangle in the equal ratio. So can we apply the converse part of the Thales theorem or not? Exactly. So we can apply here converse part of the Thales theorem. What does it say? Yes, when a line divides two sides of a triangle in the equal ratio, then that line would be parallel to third side. So therefore, this line will be parallel to this side or not? Exactly. So that means here this yellow color line is parallel to this side. So what is that line? Tell me. Here this implies what? EF or FE, you can say FE is parallel to BC. From which result we said converse of. Okay, let me rub this. From the converse of, okay, Thales theorem. From the converse of Thales theorem. So is it not our result? See here, FE parallel to BC. Like this we can prove it. Understood? The problem might be looking somehow clumsy, but it's very important one. Okay. So like this you need to prove these theorems. I think you understood this. And see this guys, once again I'm telling you, if you are not understanding anything and if you are having any doubt or if you are expecting anything else from us, don't forget to comment. We'll definitely go through the comment session and we'll observe the valid comments and we'll try to make the videos based on your opinions in the comment section. Okay, anyways, thank you.
Please subscribe and don't forget to click the bell icon for the more updates.